I mean, what everybody knows, you know.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be an adult version of the Mystery Team? Like, what's going on here?
No, it's a prequel.
It's a prequel.
It's a prequel to what we know of the Scooby Doo's, and
Poopy Poos.
it is an adult animated series. Yes, in that it's full of swears and things. But it sounds like there's a lot of mean-spirited humor in it. There's no Scooby, no Scoob.
No, there is actually, Bracho, and I will surprise you. Guess who Scooby is?
Who?
Shaggy's girlfriend.
No, that's not. No.
Yes.
Don't try to. No,
Her fucking
it's not
name
real.
is Scooby. Her name
It's
is
Gigi.
fucking Scooby.
No, no, that is fake. What you saw is not real.
I know. I'm just kidding, Bracho.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It just
Could you imagine though them doing that? Like, oh fucking A.
Yes, I can easily imagine that.
Hey, look at that. Look at this. The very first minute, there's a joke of two cockroaches fucking, dude.
Oh god, there's butt.
Oh yeah. Probably tibbies too.
I don't have like enough of a sentimental or any kind of connection to Scooby-Doo where I'm like, yeah, I feel like I need to watch this new, through the lens of the adults kind of Scooby-Doo.
Like what?
No.
This is
I
not
love
a
Scoob.
mystery machine. What
Don't
is
get me
going
I
wrong.
on
love
here?
Scooby too, but maybe I want to see like, hey, instead of funny, jokey, it's the prospector every time. Let's like do some cool, actually scary stuff and have them solve real mysteries. I don't know.
So I love Scoob. I'm open to different interpretations of it.
Yeah, what's
It's
new?
just from
I like
what I've
the
heard
what's
about
new.
this.
I like the kid version of it.
It does not sound good.
What the fuck is happening?
Oh, I suppose they have to have bubbles over their tibbies because they're supposed to be high school students.
Soap tits.
Hey, soap tits.
The one thing that I was like, okay, that could be fun is the fact that Glenn Howerton plays Fred.
Sure.
I didn't even know that. I guess I didn't even.
Fucking Shaggy's supposed to be like straight edge in this too.
So he doesn't do weed?
No,
He doesn't do weed. You mean he doesn't have a pot?
he doesn't have a pot, dude.
Well, that's not my Shaggy.
Hashtag not my Shaggy.
My Shaggy.
Hashtag not all Shaggy.
My Shaggy eats a bunch of like sandwiches, and then Scooby comes in and eats them before he can.
My Shaggy speaks somewhat coherently about something on the bathroom floor.
Same.
Yeah.
How could
Picture
I
this,
forgot
you're
when I
both
give her
butt
an
naked
XP?
banging on the bathroom floor, dude.
No, I don't want to watch the new Velma show. Thank you for the invitation, though.
I mean, he's playing it right now.
I am playing it
Yeah.
because I have
And you know what
no
I'm doing right
clue
now?
what it is. And I heard horrible things. The animation, I'll say this. The animation's cool. The animation looks
Well,
fun.
and personally, I haven't really liked anything Mindy Kaling has done after The Office, so
Okay.
I mean, were you even that crazy about the character of Kelly on The Office? I'm not saying Mindy
No.
Kaling's bad. I think she's great, but like,
no.
Yeah, she was a weak part of the
It's
show.
yeah. And it seems like a lot of changes just for the sake of changes, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Did she write this, or is she just starring in it?
I'm sure she's a writer on it too.
Because she definitely wrote a lot of episodes of The Office, which she probably is more inclined to like do better at than being a part of the show. I don't know. Her character on the show was not that interesting to me. Like she was playing kind of like a ditzy girl, like a really superficial girl. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. That's your character. You're just superficial. Officer of the Latte. All right, good pun.
Did somebody say that to a barista?
Nope, nobody said that. It's just on a mug. Environmental storytelling. I enjoyed that. That's okay.
But I wasn't kidding. Within the first minute of the show, there was a joke where it had two cockroaches that came out from under a garbage can and started fucking. Like that did happen.
I didn't
Not
laugh.
only
In
does
the
that
first
not
minute of the
surprise me, that literally sounds like the if you asked me to guess what their first joke would be in the first few minutes, that might be one of the first few things I would think of is like, oh, I don't know, open in a dark basement, garbage, and maybe a cockroach have sex.
She's catching shit too because they make like a tasteless Me Too joke in this too.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, they called back. They did a callback of the previous. Like...
Oh yeah, and he's not called Shaggy yet. He's just called Norville.
Yeah,
Still.
Norville.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's his real name.
That's his real name. Yeah.
I know his real name is that in the.
But
show.
yeah, he's not called Shaggy.
He's not Shaggy.
I feel like I'm pretty hard to offend when it comes to comedy. I'm the kind of person where I'm like, there is a line, but where that line lies maybe depends on the joke. And like, I don't think the Me Too thing crosses any line, but it just makes me think like, why fucking make a Me Too joke in a Scooby-Doo show? What? Unless it's actually funny, then what the fuck is the point? You're just introducing like, it's like, I don't know. It's like almost any other topic. It's like, if it's not fucking funny, if you don't keep bringing it up, if it's not part of the episode, then it's just introducing like, bad taste in my mouth. That's weird.
Yeah, it's just,
butt touch.
Kids or not kid that kid.
Grab a Brad's butt.
Weird.
It's just
What was their decision making?
Oh no.
I don't know why.
Then
what
Fred
makes them do this. Like, oh, why can't we just make our own show where Mindy Kaling does her mean-spirited humor, but not Scooby-Doo like universe? Like, just do that. Why does it have to be like, oh no,
Fred is now.
You know, it hasn't been done in a while. Scooby-Doo.
Fred is now like the inept one in the group. He's the inept, dumb, rich white guy apparently. And then
I feel like that's always the standard, is that Fred's just the guy everyone listens to.
He's the leader, and he's the one that heads it up usually. When Shaggy is the kind of inept one, right?
Yes. Well, Fred's the one with the plan.
Fred is definitely naive. He is definitely innocent, naive. But like, he was. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care. You can change shit up. I'm not beholden to fucking Scooby lore. But
well, where's Scrappy-Doo? I need Scrappy-Doo. I need Scooby.
It's just it's just kind of, I don't know.
But I don't think it needs to be about lore, but like, I do think that Fred has always kind of been like the dumb one. Shaggy's too fucking stoned to know what's going on, right?
I wouldn't say Fred's dumb. I think he's more aloof, right?
Well,
yeah, he's
I kind of see them each as being like pieces that make the group the whole. Where Fred is the one who's like, he knows how to. Maybe he's like the face. He knows.
I have no idea.
He like.
Oh God.
Knows what shots to call. Maybe because like, isn't Fred supposed to be like a quarterback or a jock or something?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They've all. Yeah. It's always been that mishmash of different walks of life situation.
Yeah. And I like that. I like that idea of togetherness and different people coming together. So I think I've always felt like Fred's the one who's just like, all right, that's why he's like, let's fucking split up, gang. I'm calling shots. I don't have anything to really contribute past being the one who's going to be like keeping everybody together and keeping us on track. And
okay, what this is reminding me of is like
just that she was a rare slut that didn't deserve to be murdered.
Fuck it. I think
what the fuck?
This kind of comedy would be better suited for something like Daria.
Well, it's like they're trying to. Yeah. It feels like they're trying to kind of copy the Harley fucking method, which works for Harley, but it doesn't work for this.
No, that's why I'm like
at all.
Because she looks like what's her name? Daria's sister is Quinn Morgendorfer.
Yeah.
Daphne looks like Quinn. And that's like, when she was giving that speech, I'm like, that is definitely like a Quinn, like that's a Quinn vibe from Daria. Why couldn't they have just done that? Bring back Daria.
I think Ali Wong voices her. But Ali Wong voices her. Mindy Kaling is Velma. Glenn Howerton is Fred. I don't know the dude who's Shaggy though,
No,
off the top of my head.
His name's Norville. Can't call him Shaggy.
Yeah. Well,
No such thing as Shaggy now. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't seem suited for this type of show. Like something like a Beavis and Butthead or like a Daria or, something more edgy.
something where the characters can lend themselves to this.
Yeah.
Like I said, with Harley, it works because she lends herself to that.
She's edgy. Yeah,
But
it
with-
makes sense. She
yeah.
can make those.
But this doesn't really lend itself to that. But
Yeah,
maybe
'cause
that's why he thought that they could do that, because it's like, hey, let's take this thing that we did fucking that
Look at
one
this broad
fucking
show. Look at this broad show. You see this? This overlay?
Yeah.
You see this overlay they have on the
Yeah.
actual like flashback? It has like that vignette, but then there's the
Well, it's got
I have that overlay where it's the dots that make it look like
the,
it's an
yeah,
old
the
comic
like
book
the
dots.
comic book dot matrices.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that same filter that I put on things sometimes. That is
Well,
like
yeah,
the easiest like fix to something.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, it doesn't look like it's the most expensive show anyway, but
But yeah, I just caught that. I was like, what the fuck? I've used that same thing. Yeah, it's
Maybe
just,
there's a reason that there's always been like some amount of heart and maybe like you could call it optimism to Scooby-Doo and not like a mean-spirited, tongue-in-cheek, like cynical.
right.
yeah, cynical is the right word, because it's not like they haven't done adult stuff with Hanna-Barbera before. We've had fucking
Mhm.
Harvey Birdman, and we've
Birdman.
had fucking C-Lab and shit like that. C-Lab was a fucking blank slate, because hardly anybody knows that fucking show.
Mhm.
But Harvey Birdman's was just a complete goofy satire, right?
It was
Like,
all just
there's-
Hanna-Barbera characters.
Fucking Space Goes Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Like,
Space
Yep,
Ghost.
yep.
Brack. The
but they
Brack
weren't
show.
like cynical, whatever, right?
yeah. So yeah, it's just weird that like it seems so centered around that cynicism.
Yep.
Even I would say when the Venture Brothers did their version of like the Mystery Team,
Yeah.
like their version of it was hilarious. Like they like just took them and like hyper like realized
Yep.
them as something crazy that fit their world.
Yep.
Where their Scooby was mean like a beast. Like, he looked-
Yeah, yeah. I just think it was these past instances are different. It's I don't know.
Their Scooby. Shaggy was the only person who ever heard that Scooby talk, and the only thing that Scooby ever said
Oh,
to
there he
Shaggy
is.
was shit like, "We must obey the orders of the master. We must cleanse the world of the impure."
yeah,
Yeah,
Scooby. German,
And
thick German.
to everybody
Scooby.
else, Shaggy's just like, "You guys fucking hearing this dog talk, man? Shut up!"
That's hilarious.
What I hate too is like, of course, people are saying the main reason people don't like it is because they race swapped a bunch of the characters. That's not it. Like
No, that's not it.
that'll be a small contingent, of course. That's going to be a small contingent, but I think that with the amount of people and the amount of like official sites and everything that are saying all this crap about this show, it's not about that. I could give a shit if you fucking sure, I don't care. Shaggy's black now, don't care. Fucking
Any of the
Velma,
characters, yeah, who
Velma's
gives a shit?
yeah. Velma's South Asian, I don't care.
You can even
Daphne's
change,
Asian, don't care.
even if
like,
you
it's
change
not-
like what kind of breed Scooby was, I'd be like, you know what? As long as he serves the same purpose, it's fine.
Don't care. Don't care. Just make the show good. If the show's not good, people aren't gonna like it.
Mhm.
That's all that matters. You know?
Oh my gosh.
For the vast majority of people, that's all that matters.
Here, oh guys, I just had a heartwarming little moment here myself.
But
What?
I just like pictured what a show like that could look like if, like we were saying, changing things for reasons, but like characters being different races, different backgrounds, etc. I just thought this really cute little gag. So if it's like an origin story and we're meeting these characters, we've met Norville, we've met everybody, and we learned that Norville in this episode is going to get a dog, or like his family
Right.
just got a dog. And everybody goes over to Norville's house and they're all excited. And he's like, yeah, I'm really excited. We've been talking about getting this big dog and like, it's going to be really cool. I'm so excited to have a best friend that I can hang out with. And they,
You're warming my heart.
they see like this, they go into a room and they like see a shadow cast on the wall of this dog and his tail's wagging and he's so happy and like it's a big shadow and they're like, and then we cut to this little chihuahua or like a tiny little dog and that's Scoob. And like,
Right.
that's why he's scared is because he's just a tiny little
Well,
puppy.
yeah,
Maybe he's a sheep or something.
that'd be awesome.
But other than that, he's still the same old Scoob.
Right.
And like just that cute little gag reveal of like big shadow, big dog, and then we just cut to this tiny little guy.
Just in terror, like
That's
shaking.
just-
but
Like we were saying too, like the show was always partially about people from all different walks of life being together and working together, right?
Yeah.
It's just that it was a more white version of that. You can do the same no matter what with a multicultural cast. That's fine. Make Scoob a fucking sheep, dude. I don't care. That'd be the best. You just have to do it. Don't have to do it, but I mean, like, I think it lends itself better to a less cynical go around.
Well,
Yeah.
also, you think like I think what they did with the original Scooby-Doo, like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, and like all those
Yep.
things, like you have this big dog, like a Great Dane. They thought, oh, that dog. Just looking at that dog, I don't think it could be scared of anything. So that's why they chose
Yep.
that dog to then be the scaredy cat of the show. And
man,
along with
can we go down the Scooby rabbit hole for a second?
okay,
The Scoobit hole?
The one I'm gonna take this back. The one thing I do have a great attachment to for Scooby is the comics. It was at IDW, Bradshaw?
Oh yeah. Oh no. It's well, depends on when we're talking. If we're talking any time after like the 80s, it would be at DC because it's Warner Brothers.
Well, then it was just the DC run of Scooby-Doo that's been happening, like, within the last 10 years, I believe.
Oh yeah.
It's just fun because it's like Scooby is a Great Dane who is part of this military program to train dogs to help in combat, and they were giving
Oh, is
these
this
collars
Scooby
that, like,
Apocalypse?
I
Was it
don't
Scooby
know.
Apocalypse that you're talking about? Where he's
It
got the
could
little
be.
thing and he's talks in emojis and shit?
It could be, but yeah, and it's like a slightly more grounded, but it is more horror-esque. There's still comedy. The characters are more developed. I really enjoyed what I read of that. I think I read like 20 or so issues.
Yeah, I think that's all there was of it.
It's not like they changed stuff just to change stuff. They just tried to take what was already there way back in the day, and
Was
like
Shaggy a hipster?
in the comics.
The one that we're talking about right now, yeah. Did he have like a fucking mustache and goatee?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's Scooby Apocalypse. Yeah, because Scoob, he had some shit on his eye or whatever, like some bit of tech with like a little thing, a little screen thing over his eye. And then like he wouldn't talk, but he'd express himself through like emojis or some shit that would pop up.
Well,
And that's how he communicated with people.
yeah, I'm not sure which one exactly, but there was
Because
a
the
run-
only other like Scooby comic they have is just the traditional Scooby comic.
Okay,
So
that must be it.
at the same time too, they were doing there's Wacky Raceland, which was a
hell
mini
yeah.
that was like Wacky Racers, but like Mad Max style. It was fucking tight.
I do think that if you did a Scooby story well, that it could really bring that back into the zeitgeist these days.
Oh yeah,
Kids are primed and ready to love a Scoob.
Yeah, I liked the
kids,
movie.
kids love a Scoob.
Did you
dude.
see the movie Scoob when that came out?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed that for what it was. It was a nice like movie about a kid getting a dog, and
Oh, that movie?
Yeah.
No, I did not see that one, but I bet that
CG
one's
one?
yeah, it was CG, and they had was it the Falcon dog or whatever?
Blue Falcon, yeah. Dynamite.
Dynamite, yeah, Dynamite and Blue Falcon.
Wilson, this one I just posted in the command center.
Yep.
I enjoyed that for
Yeah.
what it was. It was
see.
pretty nice. My kids
Let's
liked
see.
it, so
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yep, Scooby Apocalypse. That's what it was called.
It's fun, man. Like, the reason that Scoob is a coward is because in the military program, all the other dogs were like uber aggressive, and he just wanted to be a good boy and like please everybody and perform the tasks and not do combat.
Right.
Well, they should just borrow from that. Like, that seems interesting. They should have just made something from that, like a show based around that. This seems like a weird platform for her to just spout all this, like, I don't know, weird, cynical stuff. I don't know. It's just not suited for Scooby, like we said.
This is the Wacky Raceland one.
Is the Wacky Raceland
Fucking-
one where Shaggy is the werewolf?
No, Wacky Races was another Hanna-Barbera thing
I know, but do you remember the Shaggy?
with Snidely Whiplash and fucking Muttley and shit.
I know that, but like, do you remember the movie where Shaggy is turned into a werewolf by Dracula, and then he is forced to race all these other monsters, and then if he wins, he'll get the...
That was a different thing.
I know, but it was a Wacky Races style movie.
Kinda, yeah. But here's they're just posted in command center. It's like Wacky Races via fucking Ad Max. It's pretty tight. There was a Flintstones book that was really good that came out around that time too.
Ooh, neat. That could be really fun too, man.
Yeah, it was really critically acclaimed
Like,
by the writer Mark Russell. Here's the
Yeah, it's Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf.
Steve Pia. Come on, give me the fucking. I want the picture.
Dracula turns Shaggy into a race car driving werewolf for the annual Monster Rally, and will only turn him back if he wins. That was a good little like Scooby-Doo movie. I remember liking that one because it did remind me of Wacky Racers, but it was all monster themed.
This is the Flintstones one.
I'm gonna check out this Flintstones, Bracho.
It's supposed to be really good. I've never read it, but it's supposed to be really good.
10 million strong and growing. Well, that's pretty much the end of the first episode of this Velma show. I mean, from what I gather,
I didn't see a second.
there's a weird mystery of a murder.
Yeah, one of their high school classmates gets murdered. I guess.
You're saying there's a murder mystery in Scooby Doo?
And everybody thinks Velma did it, but it was actually maybe Fred. I have no idea. I don't care.
Yeah, there's this critically acclaimed Snagglepuss backup that ran in a bunch of them. Also by Mark Russell. Snagglepuss. Yeah, they did some cool shit for a minute there.
Yeah.
They did one with all the like action adventure sci-fi characters called Future Quest
Ooh.
that had Birdman and fucking Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, all those dudes.
Mhm.
I want to know more about Space Ghost. I only know him from his show, Coast to Coast.
Hold on, I need to do this now. You said the thing that made me take action.
Take action,
I
Wilson.
have a copy of a graphic novel, the Space Ghost graphic novel, with art done by fucking.
Was that the one with the Alex Ross covers?
It's got Alex Ross covers, and
Yeah, that was
it's
tight.
amazing.
From like 2005.
I'm also going to try and link you this image. God fucking damn it! Land.
There's the Future Quest cover there too. Doc Shaner is like the perfect art dude for that shit too.
That's great. Those, I love all those like masks on those characters. They're all the same
Right.
eyes,
Yep.
but except for the Quest family.
They did some like also some like around that time they did a bunch of like DC crossovers too with them. There's like a Booster Gold, Flintstones. There was Green Lantern, Space Ghost. There was fuck. There's a lot of them. It's tight.
Yeah, and this is, I would say, is very loose. This Velma show is loose, not tight.
Yeah.
Very not
It's
tight.
loose butthole.